You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, guys, in case you have not noticed, the Kansas City Chiefs don't look exactly like the Kansas City Chiefs this year. Their offense is not what you would exactly describe as being dynamic. I think they did throw up 41 points maybe on the Bears. They barely survived the New York Jets, not with Aaron Rodgers, but with Zach Wilson, and I do mean barely survived. They did throw up 31 against the Chargers, but this past weekend they got, lack of a better way of putting it, demolished by the Denver Broncos. The now 3-5 Denver Broncos, and I mean that defense beat the crap out of Patrick Mahomes and Travis KELCE. Now, in case you also did not see, Travis KELCE attended the World Series last Friday night. And I was sort of puzzled by that at the time because I thought, wait a minute, don't you have a road game on Sunday? ? Well, sure enough you did, and sure enough, he looked like crap. The Chiefs' offense looked like crap. And now a Chiefs great, a Chiefs Hall of Famer, has come out and called out Travis KELCE for going to that World Series game. And Travis KELCE has had an unadulterated meltdown. He is literally having a meltdown. We'll get to the Chiefs great, but let's get to Travis KELCE because he's worried about the Chiefs. And look, they come up against a better team, and we even see them against a lesser team. They may be in trouble. You know, they lost the first game of the year in Kansas City to the Lions. And I understand the Lions are a pretty good team this year, but you just don't expect that on the night that you're celebrating a Super Bowl victory. That's just kind of unheard of, unthought of. So, KELCE went on his New Heights podcast with his brother Jason, and man, he lost it. He completely lost it. Quote, F, that's embarrassing, man. KELCE said of the Chiefs' 24-9 loss on his New Heights podcast with his brother, Eagles center Jason KELCE. I don't think I've been in a situation where we've stalled this much as an offense throughout the year. Definitely at this point in the season. We got a lot of guys that usually figure out how to get this thing going, and it's just frustrating, man. Not putting up touchdowns week after week after week is getting old. It's getting old to watch. I know it. Chiefs Kingdom, I know it is. It's not like what we've been in the past. In my mind, we've got the best offensive mind in the game. We've got the best quarterback. So it's unacceptable. The Chiefs is usually the one of, if not the best offenses in the sport, but Kansas City has been a tick off this season. They've been very disjointed. It has not felt like the Chiefs at all when I watch one of their games. The team ranks 12th in scoring with 23.4 points per game and has only topped 30 points twice. One of those outbursts came against one of the NFL's worst team in the Bears. The Chiefs have been held to 20 points or less 4 times now in 8 games. That's just unheard of. Twice in the last 3 games, both against the Broncos. Yeah, the fact is, if the Broncos could have found more offense in that other game, they probably would have won that game too. The Broncos team gave up 70 points to the Dolphins. By the way, sneaky game of the week is early this week. Dolphins-Chiefs at like 8 a.m. Sunday morning. Maybe the best game all weekend. KELCE said the Chiefs plan to be on the attack in Denver this week, but quarterback Patrick Mahomes threw 2 interceptions. Kansas City turned the ball over 5 times. The team amassed just 275 total yards in its first loss to the Broncos in 16 games. The tight end said the Broncos had, quote, a lot more energy and went into the game a little more hungry, which makes me sick to my stomach. It felt awkward during the game, like we couldn't get anything going. You're talking about that sense of urgency on the sideline? It didn't feel like we had too much of that, and when we finally had it, that sense of urgency, they turned the ball over and it'd get ripped right out of our hearts. Our defense is playing their tail off. Their defense is kind of underrated, actually. For us to keep turning it over, putting them in bad situations, and then saving our tail, it's just getting real one-sided. I'm going to throw something out to you, and he only had 6 catches for 58 yards. But nobody's bringing up the fact that, how much is his dating life now becoming a distraction, a narrative around the team? Keep in mind, all the while, Patrick Mahomes is trying to manage the narrative of Jackson Mahomes and all of his drama. So your 2 biggest stars, they've got massive things going on away from the field right now. Quote, "Don't think we're not in this thing feeling the urgency," KELCE said. "We've got to just go out there, freaking do it. It starts with not killing ourselves, man, just daggers. Just running the wrong routes, guys not making blocks, guys dropping the football. It's frustrating. It's a challenge. It's a challenge at this point in the season to get it right now before it gets out of control and gets really bad. At this point in the season, that's either going to make us feel and be the team we think we are, or it's going to get even tougher. We've got to get this thing fixed right now." It does not get easier Sunday at all. That is a Dolphins team that can throw 30 to 40 points on them. I mean, weapons everywhere, and that Dolphins offense is running like clockwork. So it takes even a worse turn for the Chiefs because now they got a great Nick Lowry, played 13 years for the Chiefs, 2-time All-Pro, 3-time Pro Bowler. One of the greatest Chiefs players ever has come out, and now he is shading Travis Kelce for going to that World Series game. Kelce's appearance at Globe Life Field preceded the Chiefs' stunning loss to the Denver Broncos on Sunday. I knew when I saw him there, I was like, if they lose, this is getting brought up. There's no way around it. Lowry wrote on Facebook on Monday he had been supportive of Kelce dating Taylor Swift and all the media attention that came with it, as long as it was not a distraction. However, he believed that the Stars' tight end stop in Texas before the road loss was a distraction. So now Travis Kelce's being called a distraction. Quote, "I'm just going to say this once. I adore my Chiefs. I love Patrick. I love Travis. It's been fun witnessing the Taylor factor, as long as it's not a distraction. However, when I saw Travis watching the World Series in Texas on a Friday night before a road game, do I have to finish the sentence?" Lowry began. "It's always about staying hungry and humble. We don't know what time he got home on Friday night, but it's a distraction, and it's not a good message to the rest of the team. Travis is phenomenal, full of life, true leader the players look up to, a superb human being with one of the greatest Chiefs of all time. Period. One of my favorite people anywhere. We will bounce back. Let this be a lesson. On to Germany and the Miami Dolphins." Look, the Chiefs are still 6-2, but now you've got some fire brewing with the Chiefs. And I don't mean you've got Travis literally going on his podcast, losing it. And let's be honest, he talked about Kansas City players, kind of throwing them under the bus too. And then you've got a Kansas City great saying, "You're being a distraction now, Travis." And look, he said it. There's people around this team, even him, he thought the Taylor Swift thing could end up being a distraction. I did too, frankly, with all the coverage on it. But he's calling Travis a distraction for having gone to that World Series game. it was not a great look. You just don't see players that are locked in get away from their teams like that when they've got a road game. Look, you've got to win 3 rings to be a dynasty. No matter what, you've got to get the 3rd one. And one could argue, Patrick Mahomes is supposedly chasing Brady. If they don't stay razor focused, he doesn't have a chance in hell of catching Brady. I don't think he does anyway, but there's no chance of it if he can't keep this team locked in. You are no dynasty until you get 3 rings. That's all there is to it. That's the magic number. And now he's being called a distraction. Woo! If they get rolled by the Dolphins, Monday morning is going to be, there's going to be fallout in Kansas City, and it's going to be, talk radio is going to explode. It's going to be crazy. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.